There's essentially three paths to riches in crypto. If you're not doing any of these, well, you're not on the path to riches, basically. And while I talk about three paths, sure, there's a couple of other ways, if you will, or spin-offs, but the truth is, these are the true three paths if you want to see riches in crypto. And what blows my mind is people always talk about moonshots, this and that, and they're not doing any of these. So why exactly would you think you're headed to the moon? You got to realize, crypto, while it is new and revolutionary, it is not that different from other types of investments in terms of how you invest. So because of that, you're going to have to take a traditional approach somewhat. I mean, let's face it, those who are really deep in the crypto world love to hate on the traditional equities investors. Some people do both, but many people do hate on the traditional equity investment world. But the truth is, you got to use some of those tactics because it has been proven. And you should remember, I am not a financial advisor. So before you invest in anything, you should seek the help of a professional because in crypto, you can get wrecked. So for starters, let's talk about the first one. The first way to crypto riches, though it may seem simple, is not that simple, but it's HODL. Hold on for dear life. We can compare this to real estate investing, buy and hold. So basically, buy crypto and hold it. Now, I know that seems easy. Just think about this. In 2011 is when Bitcoin hit $1. In April of this year, we saw it go higher than $63,000. So think about someone who bought 20, 30, 100 bucks worth back then and held on to it. And there are people who have done this, but realistically, many people wish they had held on and they didn't. So hodling is not as easy as one might think. When you hodl, you're still going to want to stay informed on the market and know what's going on. That way, especially as you adjust, if you're a new investor, you give yourself time to not freak out and you pay attention to the narratives and different things going on in the market so you don't end up selling. Something else to remember is it's been estimated that 20% of all current Bitcoin have been lost. So as you hodl, that's pretty nice to know that though we talk about this number of 21 million Bitcoin, the likelihood is we're never going to see that many because of the number of Bitcoin that are lost. And if you're going to hodl, I definitely would take the right precautions. There's phishing scams. There's all kinds of scams out there and people trying to get your Bitcoin. So whether it's a ledger, whether it's a Trezor, some sort of hardware wallet, you're going to want to take precaution because, not your keys, not your crypto. It's pretty simple. So hodling may seem easy, but think about it. People see their money go up. They watch it go down, they watch it go back and forth, and that's not easy thinking about the things you can do with that. The crypto purists say, I'll never sell. Last time I checked, people have real world bills to pay, and people come on hard times. So the first way to get rich is literally hold on for dear life. Now the second way, learn to trade. Now many people call themselves traders, but they're simply throwing their money at a wall to see if it'll stick. That's not a winning plan, seriously. You're gonna have to learn some form of technical analysis. Technical analysis comes from hundreds of years of financial data from around the world. So whether it's an Amsterdam merchant's Joseph de la Vega's accounts of the Dutch financial markets in the 17th century, or Homa, the Japanese rice merchant who is considered the father of the candlestick chart, or even Charles Dow, who many consider the father of modern technical analysis, who actually went on to form the Dow Jones with Edward Jones. Regardless of what the history is rooted in or how it came to be, technical analysis over time has been proven. Human behavior has not changed. And just for a reference point, the latter two individuals, Homa and Charles Dow, were in the mid to late 1800s. We're talking about a long time ago. So because of that, it shows you technical analysis has been around a long time. And some people say that it does not work. Well, people are still using it to this day, and there's a reason for that. With technical analysis in general, you're looking more at the statistical data that's really already available to the market. So we're looking at things such as price trends, chart patterns, volume, oscillators, moving averages, levels of support, and levels of resistance. And what you'll see, these things continue to play out similar time over time. What I will tell you about technical analysis, especially in the crypto world, is do not get ripped off by some fake ad of someone who's claiming to be a trader. Find a really good group to get into. There are literally people, even in the YouTube space, who can take you from knowing nothing about trading to knowing a ton and really being able to make money. So nothing is guaranteed. So for example, you see a certain chart play out, and then you're going to see there's a 68% chance that it's going to go to the downside. It's not 100%, but if I see that there's a 68% chance that Bitcoin is going to the downside, I like 68% better than the alternative. So you take that information and you wait for confirmation and you react to it. So when it comes to technical analysis, I would suggest that you take time to learn, join a group, find some way. I would not listen to the comments about random traders that have a WhatsApp number in the comment section of this video because they're trying to scam you. If you're looking for a group to join, I myself can shout out Crypto Revolution. I don't know Chris personally, but I do know the group that he has is phenomenal, and you really can learn a lot that will help you really trade any market. By the way, I'm endorsing it myself. I haven't been asked to endorse it, nor am I receiving any money for it. It's just a group that I've been a part of and has been absolutely amazing. So I don't mind to give anyone that information. If you have any questions at all, let me know in the comment section. Number 3 in the crypto world of the path to riches, ICOs. Now, ICOs are not for everyone, literally not for everyone, because not everyone can partake in them all. But if you are going to partake in ICOs, which is an initial coin offering, it's very important that you do your due diligence. And no longer are we talking about technical analysis. We're now talking about fundamental analysis. There are certain things about a new coin or project that's launching that you absolutely need to know before you go throwing your money at it. People throw their money at the wall to see if it'll stick time and time again and then get upset. So there's just certain things you need to know. You need to know, what is the project supposed to do? What are their plans? When are they supposed to launch? What's the total supply going to be? How many of the tokens will go to the team? And there's many more things that you need to know. But if you can hit on the right project, think about any of these. Even the fact that I talked about Bitcoin, how high it's went. Many other projects, obviously, with over 7,000 different cryptocurrencies have launched since then. Think about Ethereum, people who got in on that at the ground floor. There's just tons of them. Cardano, name them. If you understand the use case, you understand the team behind it, and there's many now with anonymous projects. To be honest, you don't even need to fool around with anonymous projects. If you want to, be my guest. But the truth is, there's enough projects out there with reputable team members that you can play it safer and you don't have to fool around with anonymous teams. Some of those have worked just fine. It's all about doing your homework and making sure whatever project you get into that they have a plan and they're not just going to take your money and run, because it has happened. Also understand that after that coin launches, you have decisions to make. Sometimes they may take off and you can sell out right away, or sometimes you can be waiting 5 or 6 years later. It's just about what approach you want to take. So when it comes to initial coin offerings, that is an amazing way to come across riches in crypto, but you have to do your homework. None of these methods really, other than, I will say, HODL, if you really have nerves of steel, do you just buy it and leave it alone. You're going to have to do some type of research. You're going to have to do some type of staying up to date and get new information on the project because remember, the top 10 today will not be the top 10 next year. Things are always changing in the crypto world, so you're gonna have to pay attention and stay on top of it. There's no reason why you can't have a hybrid approach. For example, you can hodl with some certain coins, like for example, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Maybe you just say, hey, I'm holding on to these and I'm not going to do anything with them. And then you take another amount where you trade. I've literally seen people take small amounts and trade it up to major amounts, and then they'll go and buy Bitcoin or Ethereum and hodl that. So there is a mix of ways you can do it. It's just, you really need to pick a plan and stick with it. So if you were going to do that hybrid approach, you want to have a certain amount that you hodl and a certain amount is trading, and you don't mix them back and forth. That's when you kind of get all over the place, and you just need a plan kind of daily, weekly, monthly, especially when it comes to trading. Know what you're going to do when it hits a certain amount. Even if it came to hodling, if you say, you know what, when Bitcoin reaches 100,000, I'm selling this much, then that's what you do. Because what'll happen is it'll go up to 100,000, and then you're like, well, you know what, let me wait a little bit. And then it hits 110, then 120,000, and then next thing you know, it's back down to 70,000, and then you're holding on, and then it's down to 60, and you didn't follow the plan. Nothing wrong with taking profits. Profits never hurt anyone's feelings. So keep that in mind. So I know today's video was really simple, but new people get in this market and get slaughtered, and they don't have a plan, and it blows my mind to see people act like they're trading crypto, but they're not really doing anything. They're going off their gut feeling. Like, you know, I feel Cardano may go up today. You're gonna get it handed to you if that's how you choose what project you buy and what project you sell, and also pay attention to the tax implications. If your jurisdiction has taxes, there could be benefit in hodling versus trading. Now, you're going to want to pay attention to that. If you do trade, you're going to want to set some of those profits aside so that you don't end up in trouble from not paying the taxes. People talk about evading taxes and all sorts of things like that, but last time I checked, even after paying taxes, if you're doing things the right way, you have more money than you did to begin with. So it's probably better to do that than to end your crypto journey by going to jail. Anyway, this is Perry Unlikely. Thanks for watching. Certainly, if you have any questions about today's content, like I said, this is more so for beginners. People that have been in the space know it, but still you have to brush up yourself sometimes, because as the market heats up, we tend to forget, and you get into this thing where you could throw money at anything, but that only comes in short periods of time. So you got to have a plan regardless of what you do. As I said, these are the three main ways. So if you think of some other way, put it in the comment section. What other ways are there? And surely if they're kind of a spin-off of what I've talked about, if you want to name it anyway, go ahead and do it. But let me know, what ways have you made money in crypto? And then let me add to that, once you make the money, have a plan for that. Are you going to have to keep on trading forever? Are you going to invest it in real estate or something else to sustain you after you get your riches? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching Perry Unlikely. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.